Watching Tenon here, making a pre-market move here. Potential long as it breaks this consolidation area of 190 to go long at 188 with a target of 220, 240. 10% what I'm looking at to go long Tenon. So far Tenon number 2 top gainer.
TTTIGR
Let's see if we can gonna get a break there of
SDIG
188. It still moved a long way from 155 to 187, but that doesn't mean it cannot go any higher. Problem is, it doesn't have news. It's just possibly squeezing a lot of shorts here. So I'm gonna potentially go long as if we have a 186 break
RBLX
and 188 break. If this 186 and 188 breaks, I'll potentially take a small long and probably look at a $2 to 220 target. Maybe they'll just release news right now and spike this over, or maybe it's just gonna be a heavy resistance of 185.
New
So let's see if this one goes.
RBLX
So right now I'm not really interested in anything that's not light green in the float. Um, Tenon is very much attractive because it has the lowest float today. When unfortunately no news, so Arnaz back down to 190. So I'm looking for a break of this 185, 188, and a 20-cent spike. That's a possibility. But so far we have rejected 188. Normally, as we get closer to 9 or 10 o'clock, people come buying in. As you can see, so here the volume has increased. So normally, when you have something like this, you have volume increase and they'll buy the dip
RBLX
because a lot of traders trade pre-market normally, but this stock is up a lot. Unlike no news, so it could technically be a double top. So only if it breaks 186, 188, I'll potentially take it long. Arnaz bouncing off the VWAP. Arnaz is an old mover. I think I traded Arnaz in the past. If I were gonna look at all my videos, I think Arnaz was a ticker that I did trade. Arnaz, let me see. You can see so here that um,
CPOP
let me see if I can see POP. Let me see. CPOP does have
RBLX
news. Um, CPOP has a little bit of a dirtier chart. Uh, yeah, I think I traded Arnaz a couple times. Arnaz ticker sounds really familiar, so this is Arnaz is an old pump. CPOP has news here. Uh, I'm watching CPOP. I'll watch it, I guess. CPOP. CPOP resistance is 120. We're getting some volume there, about 120k. CPOP. I mean, if it doesn't have 100k in $1 candle, I don't trade it that much. Right now, 35k in dollar candle. Net resistance is 178. Sometimes you have pops and drops. This is a pop and drop. It just blasted off through 117, and this is a crappy chart. So knowing what to avoid is probably just as critical today. CPOP popped up on chat something. Uh, Chat GPD. The chart is crappy. Volume is light. Heavy resistance, and you have a confirmation here that it barely holds. But I'll watch it. I'll watch it, but I don't have high hopes for it. Watching CPOP over 130. It looks like that volume was a buy volume. Yeah, I'm gonna pass. Right now is knowing what to avoid. Um, right now I don't have any tickers worth trading right now. Hopefully I'll have something worth trading. T-non rejected the highs there of 190. We're in a very slow market cycle. And what happens usually in this slow market cycle is a lot of people bleed out their account. Because A, they don't take your stop losses. B, they just chase everything. And C, you don't have that much range. So you just keep hoping and hoping and hoping. And you get like 2 weeks of sell offs in every single ticker. So, so we're in a bearish market cycle for small caps.
AMV.
AMV hitting my scanner. AMV. No news. First green day bounce 183. Not really my cup of tea. 60k in volume. AMV. Watching big spike there. I don't know. Maybe the stock's gonna have news, and I don't see it. AMV. That's a huge spike, and it's probably gonna sell off. I'm watching it, but so far I'm not liking that. C-pop sold off. Arnaz is the only thing that actually is very liquid. CPOP light volume. That's a no-go. T-non came back down, waiting for T-non to break 190. So I can take that long. We have many pops and drops with no specific reason for them to be up. Watching T-non over 180, 189. T-Non's at VWAP. Arnaz watching. HPCO watching. Only watching 3 tickers now. T-Non, Arnaz, HPCO. 3 tickers. I think what I think is gonna happen is we're gonna have T-Non break that high there because nothing else is moving, and we gotta have Arnaz sell off. That's what I think is gonna happen. If I had to guess, because T-Non is just providing very nice range there. So so if that T-Non breaks to 190, I'll probably take it as a long. I don't know, I'll probably do 210, 220, 10%. But in this market, you got to take everything the market gives you because we're in a slow market cycle.
TTD. RBLX.
RBLX too floats too high. T9 coming back. T9 high of the day is 190. AMV is coming back, but I'm watching. There's still no news on AMV. AMV trying there, but no news.
TTD.
TTD too float too high. Let's see this T9 break. T9, will we break this 186 and 188? Possible. T9 watching for that 190 break. Yeah, there's not much you can do in this slower market cycle.
TTD.
Market's red, 410. Yeah, not much I can do until we get a mover. Just gonna hang out. Probably most traders right now are probably underwater, so they're not waking up to buy these things.
we, SIDU,
All right, Saidu's up. Saidu, yesterday's high. Saidu has news. Whoa, 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 whoa. Saidu has news. Watch that 71 break. Saidu, watch that news. 71 break. That's news. Announced multi-million dollar agreement with Netherlands laser satellite. Watching 71 break. Watch that 71 break for a potential long. Saidu watching 70 break. Saidu watching 70 break. That's a long. That's a long. Oh crap. That's really quick. That's really quick. There we go. I got some long at 71. I just got some long. I got filled in cider just now. Let's see how well this thing goes. Went long cider. Daily breakout of 72.
SIDU,
I think I'm gonna add at 75. Buying more. Buying more at 75. I bought a few more at 75. Target is gonna be 89. Bought a few more over here. Go, go, go. There we go. Finally, we got a nice mover. In at 71 and in at 75. Next resistance is going to be 89. This is a daily breakout of 72 on news. Announces 2.5 agreement with Netherlands. There we go. Multi-million dollar agreement with Netherlands laser communication satellite. This is great news. This is what I like to see. Huge volume pop of 600K or so. Huge volume pop in 2 minute candles. I mean, this thing looks like 80, possible a dollar.
SIDU,
We're going higher. Saidu awesome. Saidu awesome long at 70, 70, 71. My long is 71. 82 now. Awesome long, guys. Awesome long. That was just, I was right on the money with Saidu right there. Oh my goodness, that is awesome. Look at that. I was right on the money on this one today. This is why you study. This is the reason you study. So you can long that at 70, so sell it at, I don't know, 90 cents or a dollar, make your 30% on the day. And that's what I'm talking about. Finally, we got a home run trade there. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about right here. It took forever to get this thing out, but we got it.
SIDU,
There we go. Trying to get my, I got 75 entry in there and 71 entries. So I got two entries there. My average is like 72. My average is 72 long. Now we're dipping. It's probably gonna dip and they're gonna buy the first pullback. I expect them to buy the first pullback. There we go. We dip at 78. We got buyers at 80 just stepping in there. Look at those buyers. Look at these buyers buying it. I mean, they're looking and they're like, I like this. This can go to a dollar or 120. This is what they're thinking right now. Let's see. The news is a little weak. It's only 2.5 million agreement with Netherlands. I will be taking profits over 85 just because the news is weak. It's an agreement, but it's a 2.5 million and the float is 8.3 million. So just keep in mind that right now my stop is 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. 72. Stop. That right now is a break even stop. I mean, the traders are looking at this and they're like, well, we can go to like 120. We just gap filled till 89, and after that,
SIDU.
you gap fill to 89, and after that you go to 120. So next resistance is gonna be $1 to 120. I'm gonna start selling a few more. First resistance we hit. This is the first resistance. We are filling the gap to 89. So we're gonna have some profit takers possibly here. So, but humongous volume. You can see so here the volume is pretty steady here. 600K on the 1 minute, and we hit 85 there, and now we're rejecting. So 85 seems like um 85 seems like to be the temporary top. We have some VWAP buyers at 70. So we're gonna have this is so we have a pretty strong rejection of that 89 level. We have a lot of buyers off the VWAP now. VWAP must hold is 78. I'm still in the green. There we go. Awesome, awesome long inside of if you caught this one as I did. Awesome long, 70 long. You had like a minute to act or 30 seconds to act. Pretty good on that long. So right now, 120 is the resistance there. I'm sorry, 89 is the resistance. Daily resistance 89. And then, I mean, let's see how high we're gonna get this spike. How high we're gonna get this Saidu thing. It's only up 42%. So I'm sure they're gonna buy the dip. I would buy that dip. And then I'll try to sell it at $1 or close to $1. That's what I would do. So they potentially bought that dip. This is the first pullback. The first pullback is that holds VWAP is always a great pullback to get in on fresh news. This is the first pullback. The second pullback is not a good place to get in. And now we're gonna sell into the secondary spike. So now we're waiting for it to break 87. There we go, 85.
SIDU.
Watching 87 break. There we go. We just made a new high, 88. We're gonna be selling a few over 90. I will sell a few over 90 just to lock in a 30% gain. That was a great trade. So I will sell at 89, 90, 92. I will sell a bit at 92 just to pay myself a bit. I do want half out at 92 and higher. Come on. 92 and higher sounds pretty good to me. $88. There we go. Putting in order 92. All right.
SIDU.
Slider looking good. Cost base is 73 too. 92 selling half. 92 putting in order to sell half of 92. Putting in order to sell 92. Selling half at 92. 92 is getting filled. 92 filled. Half out at 92. Gonna be selling a bit more at 93. I'm locking in a huge gain here. Crap. I think I hit the top there. I top ticket. Selling some at 89. I'm just paying myself along the way. Selling a few more at 89. This resistance, this gap fill to 80, 89 is just making me a little bit unnervous. All right, so I'm only writing like 5,000 shares left. I only have 5,000 shares left. We technically hit the high. So I did sell half of my shares at 89 to 93. I mean, I sold 2/3. Saidu at 89 through 93. Great exits. We're just filling that gap up to 89. Now we're dipping back down. It looks like somewhat of a fake out breakout. It looks a pretty strong, pretty hard rejection there at 90 and 93. I am getting just a bit nervous. We should have ripped over 93. Unfortunately, ended up being the resistance. So I'm glad I'm out 2/3 at 89 at 92. Those are great fills. Unfortunately, this thing is rolling over. Uh, this thing is rolling over. Stock is under VWAP. Selling my other half at 83 and calling it a day, or 83.5. Unfortunately, it doesn't hold gains that well. So I'm gonna start selling my Saidu at 83, whatever I have left, and that would be calling me a day for Saidu. Putting an order at 83. It just went under VWAP there, too much that I'm comfortable with. We should not be over here. We should have bounced off VWAP and continue north. So I'm looking for a reclaim so I can sell into it, and then I call it a day. Modifying exit order at 82, just because I want to sell my shares. This is a VWAP bounce there. It's trying. It rejected. We're flushing. That is just, we rejected VWAP again. This is getting a little bit uncomfortable over here. We were supposed to hit this 82 and get me out of my shares. Um, Sadly, I didn't. Did I get filled? I did get filled. I'm sorry. I did get filled. So I did get filled at 82 for some unknown reason. I did get filled. I don't know how I got filled, but I did get filled. So I'm all out of Saidu, by the way. Great trade. That was a great trade. Moving on to the next trade. Nice, Alex. Congratulations. Good work, man. Good work. Welcome, Alex. you gotta get in quick on these things because I mean these things are just very freaking volatile, and you have to know your entry and exits right off the bat. Otherwise, you're just gonna be uh chewed chewed down.